tried to warn you about this. I was very much on this plane going, the suits are going to try to screw the Big 12, and look at what they have done. Look at them now. Look at you now. I tried to tell y'all. They're going to try to box out the Big 12 champion, Colorado, BYU, Arizona State. They don't give a damn. They put Boise State as one of the 4 highest ranked conference champions. And I had all these folks in my mentions, in my comments talking about, no, RJ, it's the highest ranked Power 4 champions. No, it's not. Do you believe now? Do you believe now? I'm trying to put y'all on the path to straight and narrow. I'm trying to get you right here. And yet, what do you see? You see Boise State in the 4th spot. You see BYU in the 12th spot. And you see Ohio State in the 5th spot. That means right now, Ohio State has no incentive to not be in the 5 spot, dog. I realize that some of y'all think that this bye week is worth something, but not if you get to play BYU and Boise State before you got to play anybody that's real. Tennessee, Southern Methodist, left out. Look here. The audacity to put Miami in the top 10 after losing to Georgia Tech and being behind Southern Methodist, who sits atop the ACC standings. Oh my God, what are these suits doing? What sport are they watching? I have no idea. None. Zero. Zip. BYU. Only team to beat Southern Methodist. Okay, Southern Methodist, undefeated ACC. Maybe that means something. Maybe that head-to-head should matter. And this committee, this bunch of suits trying to tell us with a straight face they think that Miami's one of the 8 best teams in college football. We gonna let the Georgia bit play. We let the Tennessee bit play. And yet and still, they one up themselves again. They just don't take the hint. Indiana at number 5. Penn State at number 4. Make me understand. What did you do, Ray? What did you do? Because what I'm looking at is a 10-0 Indiana behind a 9-1 Penn State that ain't beat nobody. Like, that's the argument y'all want to give me about Indiana, right? They ain't play nobody. They ain't play nobody. Penn State lost by single digit to Ohio State. They didn't score no offensive touchdown. They couldn't even get in the end zone. They was on the 1-foot line. They couldn't get in. What are we doing here? Indiana, they have beaten 9 out of 10 by 14 points or more. Ain't nobody scored more than 28. But you gonna try to tell me with a straight face that Illinois is a quality damn win for Penn State. Fine, whatever, cool, keep it. They lost. They lost. Oh my God. Here we are. I saw it. I told you these lames would do this to you. I told you these lames would put y'all out on Front Street. I told you these lames would not do right by the Big 12. And what they do? They're holding up a Boise State whose best win is Washington State, who ain't even ranked here. And their best second win is a loss to Oregon. They lost. I don't give a damn that it's the last play of the game. I don't give a damn that Ashton Jeanty went from 192. The Oregon team that they played in September is not the Oregon team that's playing right now. They clinched the Big Ten championship, and that's the why you want to put Boise State in the 4th spot. Folks, have you read the script? Because we're reading the script. We're reading the script in real time here. Okay? We're reading the script in real time. We are seeing somehow, some way, the suits is going to mess this up. It's time for conference championships to go away as a qualifier if this is what the suits is going to do. If we're going to have to deal with this sort of human error, we can't do it. We can't have this. We can't have this. We can't have this. Boise State ain't played nobody. Okay? Boise State ain't played nobody. And when they get tired and they got to play somebody, they gonna get bounced, dog. It's going to be Cincinnati versus Alabama. Okay? It's going to be ugly, and we all going to be like, damn, wouldn't it have been great if this was a better football game? That's what it's about. And Lord help me if Army can pull off this upset this weekend against Notre Dame, and then we going to all be up a creek. Because if they do, you know the suits, they going to root for carnage. They going to move Army ahead of SMU. They going to move Army ahead of BYU. They going to move Army ahead of Arizona State or Colorado, depending on who wins that football game, their football games. I'm trying to tell y'all, the Big 12 might have to collude to get one of these top 4 spots. That is not at all what anybody had in mind when they made up this playoff format. It's why we had the 5+7 model, and then the Pac-12 dissolved, and it was like, cool, we got a free spot. But we didn't have no free spot. There was never a free spot. It was always the 5 highest ranked champions. And these suits and the folks that was reading the terms and conditions just was not paying attention. They did what all the rest of y'all do. They scrolled through the whole document, didn't read nothing. Because if you'd have read it, you'd have said, wait. Shouldn't it be the 5 highest ranked power conference champions? To which, there can only be 5, and they could only come from this pool of teams. There's no Notre Dame. There's no Boise State. There's none of that. No, if you're not in one of these Power 5 conferences, Power 4 conferences, you can't get in. No. Didn't no lawyer look at this? Didn't no lawyer say, hey, look, we're trying to rig the game in such a way that people will understand and people will appreciate. Now, you got the folks in Idaho. Idaho. Talking about they better than the Big 12. Talking about they better than BYU. Talking about they better than Colorado. Talking about they better than Arizona State. You know damn well that the Big 12 got an SEC argument for the Mountain West, okay? It just means more. It's a tougher league. Get out my face. You come to the Big 12, you might catch 7 losses. That's who Boise State is in the Big 12. You might catch 7 losses. It's been topsy-turvy. It's been tough. But you know what? Even the bad teams in the Big 12 have been showing out here the last couple of weeks. You know how I know that? Kansas knocked off back-to-back ranked opponents for the first time in its history, and they got a losing record. Put Kansas up against Boise State. Boise State ain't going to win that football game. It's not happening. Put them up against Cincinnati. Put them up against West Virginia. Put them up against Houston. You're going to get a ball game, and they probably going to win as many as they lose. So I give them 6 games. I give them 6. You know what I'm saying? They could be 6. They could be trying to be West Virginia, trying to be Kansas. That's who this team is. But no, what we got now is the suits that have not made not 1, not 2, but 3 errors in judgment. Indiana should be ranked above Penn State. SMU should be ranked where Miami is. And Boise State should be ranked behind BYU or Colorado. I don't give a damn which. But I know that team ain't about nobody and nothing when we talking about playing for national championships. Do you realize what happened? Boise State get back. It was like, hey, we took Oregon to the mat. Like Idaho? Like the Vandals? I don't know if y'all was paying attention or not, but over the weekend, the Vandals got vandalized by an FCS opponent because it turns out the team that Oregon was is not the team that Oregon is. Also, put that aside. Texas? Boise State going to look at me. Look at me. Look whose land you on. Why would I say something that is nice about Texas if it's not true? Texas might beat that football team by 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? ULM is a good football team this year. They sunned them boys. They said, I'm your daddy now. You don't think that's what happened with Ashley Jitty and them boys? Look, that man is having a good season. He's having a fun season. It's a good season. It's a fun season. That man don't want no Pete Kwiatkowski defense. He don't want no Ohio State defense. He don't want no Georgia defense. He don't want them to if you load the box against Boise State, he ain't going to run away from Georgia. He ain't going to run away from Texas. He ain't going to run away from Ohio State. They got sideline to sideline speed like him. And ain't playing against them lames in no Mountain West. Nah, no, this ain't Portland State, dog. It's big boy football. And you know what? The suits must have been watching all of the San Jose State game where Boise State was behind 14-0, and Ashton Jeanty only had 159 yards in that game. Or am I the only person watching football to get... I tried to tell y'all. Didn't nobody want to listen to me. Didn't nobody want to hear nothing. I tried to tell you, and look at you now. Look at you now.